So this is Nadia. Like I said, she's been in the program. This is her first time in the program. And I love that she was open to it as well because she is a seasoned mom, but it's been a while.
I met somebody at the hospital, a liaison that came into the room when I gave birth to my son, and they gave us information regarding the program. And it sounded like something I was interested in, especially being the fact that I had a preemie baby. My son was born 4+ weeks early. So a late preemie baby is what they call him. And I was a little different. You know, my youngest child before him is 18, she is 18. So it was a little bit different. And having this program being offered to us just sounded great. The Welcome Baby program has impacted us directly as providing resources, guidance. I will be honest with you, I was very overwhelmed when I was in the hospital. One, because it was a lengthy time that I was in there before because I was induced. I had a couple complications, but having somebody go in there and give me ease for the extra stress that I was feeling, right? Because, again, the baby was coming a little bit earlier than expected. We were definitely not prepared. And just the worries of a premature baby, right? You know, he was born very small. He was 5 pounds upon birth. When we left the hospital, it was actually 4 pounds. So he actually dropped an entire pound. But the worrisome of having to go in there every day, and our liaison that came in and introduced herself and introduced the program gave us a little bit of comfort because we had to go back in there every day to check his weight, check measurements, make sure that he was, complying with feeding times, and he was, moving and doing the normal baby stuff. But again, my youngest one is 18 at this time. And it was a little overwhelming. So knowing that somebody was out there to kind of hold my hand and say, hey, you're going to be okay. We have resources. We have other parents. We have other programs that you can relate to. And we're available to come to you. Mm-hmm. You know, when you have a baby, the last thing you want is coming out of your house every single day. And having Maureen and the group be able to come to our home directly, that was very, very helpful. Our first visit with Maureen, she came home to our first visit, and she gave us a pillow for the breastfeeding. I had not, like I said, we were not prepared for Crisito to come home, so I didn't have any of these items available. And she came with the little pillow thing, and it's been his best buddy. We carry it everywhere, even to his sitter right now. He takes it with him. So again, thank you guys for that. But yeah, it goes a long way. It goes a long way.
What are some resources, information, or support that you received throughout the Welcome Baby program that were most helpful to you?
I would definitely say like the breastfeeding. So I didn't get an opportunity with my other two. I was a lot younger. I had to go back to work a lot sooner. But breastfeeding and the parent-child bonding, that was huge for me. I actually took my full advantage of being home with my baby. I actually just went back to work a week ago. But I was able to take that time to do the breastfeeding time. And, Maureen taught us how to touch his little hand for him to open up his fingers, to grasp onto little toys now, or grasp his bottle. And although he was a preemie baby, he's pretty advanced, I would say. Everybody would say. So just the programs of, the other thing was food banks. We struggled a little bit income-wise. We have a couple of hiccups along the way where our income was not coming in because of EDD issues or whatever. But Maureen provided a list of locations and times and resources within the community that we could go in to get food bank resources. So that was definitely a big support for us. The kids just started school. I have 3 in college, 2 that are in junior high and elementary, and we were struggling a little bit again because of the income issues that we were currently having, and backpacks were needed, right? Yeah. Resources were needed. They need backpacks, they need notebooks, pens, papers, and my husband and I are looking at each other like, okay, how are we going to get this through? We have 5 of them that are currently in school, and Maureen provided an option to get us backpacks. They got backpacks for the kids with supplies in there, and that, I will tell you, brought tears to my kids when I wish she would have been able to see them and give it to them directly when they were there. They weren't at the home when she came by, but it literally, you could see the happiness, the joy, like the relief more than anything, saying, hey, I got new backpacks coming in for school. So that was definitely something that was super helpful for us.
What part of the program did you enjoy or value the most?
I definitely would say it was Maureen coming by and teaching me, the little things, what to look forward to, what new little things Cosito was going to be doing, like holding his bottle, giving him a little toy that he was going to be playing with. She gave him his first toys too. Aww. So, just what to look forward to on what he was going to be doing, what to expect. Like I said, this is my first preemie baby, and I wasn't sure how much of a difference it would have been from when I had my other two children. So I wasn't sure if he was going to be delayed on, some of his
milestones.
Yes. So that definitely was a huge help for me. And Maureen, was able to do a couple of in-home visits and see, like, is he following direction? Is he looking to me when he sees me, when he smells me, or when I call for his attention? I was under the impression that because he was a preemie baby, I would have a lot of delays in his motor skills and whatnot. And I think it's been on the opposite spectrum, where he's been a lot more advanced. He laughs.
How would you describe your overall experience with Welcome Baby?
Overall, amazing. I'm glad I get to still see Maureen. Our next visit is when Cosito's going to be 9 months old. So it's a little bit of a gap, which I was a little sad. And I told her on our last visit, I was like, you don't want to swing by when he's like 7 or 8 months, but I'll wait until he's 9 months. But yeah, I definitely do recommend it. I loved every part of it. Like I said, I wish I would have known of this program a little bit more early on in my pregnancy, especially because I had complications with my health. So I think I would have maybe prepared myself a little bit better. I thought I might have, gone into labor, a little bit earlier. I didn't. Everybody hopes they don't, right?
Yeah.
But I think if I would have known of programs beforehand, I kind of would have expected, like, what to expect when you have a preemie, or what to do, what resources do you have for that. It all worked out. Like I said, I just went back to work. I'm able to still see him growing and taking advantage of this wonderful program. So I definitely recommend it to everybody out there who's able to sign up for it.